Welcome to another lesson of Adobe Photoshop. In this lesson, we are going to learn about how we can make an anime t-shirt design by using the tools of Adobe Photoshop. Well, there are a couple of methods of how you will be able to do it. But today I'm going to show you two methods and also two types of anime t-shirt design. Okay? But what you can do is follow these steps and use to make it up your own type of ones or your own category ones for various purposes. So first things first, what we're going to do is we are going to do it layer by layer, starting from the background, just as we did on the graffiti t-shirt one. So we're just going to continue and add it again and again and apply more layers over and over again and also apply the details. First I'm going to do is open up or create a new file because I'm going to be editing the file first. I'm going to click on 669, which I use most of the time. And now I'm going to do is keep it like this, as I already have the background. Now I'm going to open up the files which I'm going to need right now. Click on File, click on Open. Now I'm going to start off with the background, which I said is to be useful, and I'm going to use it for various purposes too. So I'm going to find out the background which I'm going to use. Okay, so the background is going to be, so I'm going to select this one, press on Open. Now I will use this as the background. Okay, you can also start using from over here, but also from over here. But I'm going to keep it like this, and you can also like crop it up and then use it for various purposes too. Right click on it, and then you'll be able to like mask it and also keep it wherever you want. So first things first, what I'm going to do is apply in a layer or a shape over here. So I'm going to click on the shape tool and create a rectangle shape. I'm going to click on this. Later on, I'm going to remove it, okay? Or maybe keep it to be like 0 strokes so that it is a lot more visible. But to maintain the size and maintain where the content is going to be, so I'm going to be using this one, okay? I'm going to keep it like this, or if you want to increase it, you can also do that. Press on Control T, and that part will appear up. I'm going to go over the layers, select that rectangle, and increase the size according to your desire. Now, as that has been done, I'm going to do is copy that. I'm going to turn this into a like normal layer. I'm going to take it over here, paste it like this. I'm going to obviously I'm going to do is turn it into, let's say, I'm going to create clipping mask, and you can see the clipping mask has been added. What I'm going to do is turn this into a smart object. Okay, I'm going to click on this, or maybe the rectangle. I'm going to press on Control T and increase the size a bit more. I'm going to do is decrease the size from over here, but increase the size from over here. And I'm going to do is increase the size of this one too. You can see how it actually looks like. So this is going to be it on my Sakura background. As the Sakura background has been added, I'm going to press on OK. Now I'm going to add in the character this time. And if you want to like convert it into a smart object, you can do that too. But I'm going to do that at the end. First I'm going to do is paste in another content, go to File, click on Open. Now I'm going to go down and select the girl which I downloaded. I'm going to click on this. You will see this will appear over here. I'm going to convert it into a normal layer first and then take it over there too. I'm going to paste it like this. And if you want only the character, you can also do that. If you want only the character, press on Control Z first. What I'm going to do is select the layer, keep it over here. I'm going to do is select only the girl. So I'm going to select on the selection tool, quick selection tool. Increase the size. I can see the parts are being selected. I'm going to select all of them. I can see these parts have been selected. I can use whichever parts you want to use. What I'm going to do is select on this minus tool. Now you can see this has been removed. I'm going to zoom in, decrease the brush size, and select the objects or select the areas which we don't need. So I'm going to select on them, and I'm going to increase those to add a couple of parts. You can see these parts are being selected now. You can see this is how it will work. You can see these parts are being selected. I'm going to go down and see which part I don't need and which part I do need. I'm going to add in this part too, which I'm going to need because that is also part of the subject. What I'm going to do is remove these by clicking on this again and selecting on these parts. You can see these parts have been removed too, but I'm going to add on this plus. I'm going to select on this area because I'm going to need the hair. But if you don't want it, like remove them back again. You can see this is like a lot removed. Now, if you're done with it, just press on this and I'm going to remove this part too. I'm going to go a bit above, select on these areas. You can see this part has been selected too. So I'm going to like remove this part. Okay, so like removed. Now most of the parts are now selected and also removed at the same time. You can see this part has been selected. I'm going to remove it. You can see how it will look like. You can see that I have a perfect type of result or a perfect type of selection. I'm going to go over to layers and add in a clipping mask, and you can see this has been selected. I'm going to select on this and take it over on that layer. Paste it, press on Ctrl T, decrease the size. I can keep it like this or like this. That's like totally up to me, but I'm going to keep it. And first I'm going to do is create a clipping mask first. Right click on it, create clipping mask. This part has been edited. Press on Ctrl T. It is rotated a bit more so it is like perfectly aligned. What I'm going to do is take it a bit like underneath, or you can keep it like above. That's like totally up to you. But if it's better to keep it underneath, what I'm going to do is click on this again. What I'm going to do is remove a part. Okay, I'm going to remove this part. So you can also keep it like this. That's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. But I'm going to keep it somewhere around here or here, wherever you want it. But if you want to add in layers or filters, you can do that too. So I'm going to go over to filters, go over to distort, or let's say color. I'm going to add in some color layers. I'm going to make it to be black and white. So I'm going to go over to blending option. After I go to blending option, I'm going to go over to drop shadow or outer glow or whichever color I want to use. That's like totally up to me. The underlying layer should be a bit above. Okay, like this. I'm going to keep it like this. So this layer is like at the top. You can see how it will look like. I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm going to go over to strokes. You can apply strokes, but if you don't want it, let's go to texture and apply texture if you want to. You can also apply contour. That's like totally up to you. First, I'm going to go over to gradient overlay or color overlay. Then you can like change the color and also keep it according to your desire. Now, as I have a result which I can use, so I'm going to keep it like this. I'm going to go over here, press on OK, or you can go to blending option and then fix it according to your desire. Let's say I'm going to go over here and fix out like luminosity if you want black and white. If you want color, you can also do that. I'm going to click on this luminosity because I'm going to need a black and white color. So this looks a lot more better. I'm going to click on it, press on Ctrl T. I'm going to keep it like perfectly aligned like this. You can apply it from over here too, which you can see is like totally visible. So this has turned into a lot like obviously something like you know, transparent, and then you can also see the background from the flowers too. I'm going to select it like this. You can apply another layer, and that's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. I'm going to zoom in a bit more and apply it or align it according to my desire. You can see now this is like perfectly aligned. I'm going to press on OK. If you want to decrease it, you can also do that, but I'm going to keep it like this. Okay, now it looks a lot more better. Now I'm going to add in those contents or add in the text. What I'm going to do is first off, increase the size a bit more. So that I'm just going to like select the whole area and fix it like this. Increase the size a bit more. I'm going to zoom in and see where it actually is. Zoom in a bit more. I'm going to keep it to be perfectly aligned. And see, this looks a lot more better. What I'm going to do is resize it a bit more. Let's see how it works. Now it has been perfectly applied. After then, just click on it and you will get the background. Okay, the character has also been applied and also the character. Now I'm going to do is apply the text. So there are a couple of ways of how you can do that. First I'm going to do is using a text which I downloaded. So I'm going to open it up open. I'm going to go over the file where I have it. Let's say I'm going to add in Japan, okay, or apply anime. That's like totally up to me. Now, as I've opened up Japan, I'm going to select this area or the Japan text. I'm going to click on the selection tool. I'm going to select the parts which I'm going to use. Increase the brush size. You can see the Japan has been selected. I can see all of them has been selected. I'm going to do select this shadow area too. Okay, now you can see all the shadow areas have also been selected. You can see it like this, and you're going to create a clipping mask. But if you want to edit it a bit more, just click on this minus, decrease the size. I'm going to zoom in and fix out the parts which I don't actually need. Keep it to be 13. You can see this area I don't need. I don't need this area too. You can see it like this. Now it looks a lot more better. I'm going to go there and like obviously see each and every part which I don't need. After done, just click on clipping mask. I'm going to zoom out. What I'm going to do is going to be selecting on the move tool and taking it directly on the file where I need it. I'm going to press on over here. You can see it has been selected or kept over here. I'm going to select on Control T. What I'm going to do is decrease the size and paste it over here. Zoom in a bit more. I'm going to do is decrease the size a bit more so that I can place it over on this box. Okay, because I'm going to be adding all of the content inside of the rectangle shape. If you want to later remove it, you can also do that. So I'm going to do is like keep it like this. Japan. You can see Japan has been added. I'm going to keep it like this. And I'm going to do is first off, convert all of this into a smart object so that I don't lose the contents. Like rasterize the layers. Right click on it, convert to smart object. I'm going to press on Control Z. I'm going to do is select it on again. And you can see those have been turned into a smart object. I'm going to do is add in a couple of text or some Japanese text over here. You can also apply some effects on these ones too, but that's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. So I'm going to select on File. Click on Open Embedded or Place Embedded. And I'm going to select on the one which I actually need. I'm going to go down. And if I have to edit it, then I'll have to. So I'm going to go over and find out the one. Let's say I must use this one. Click on Place. Now, as this has been applied, but I want to take it on another layer. Okay. So I'm going to press on Control Z. I'm going to remove it first. Open it up and select the text. Okay. I'm going to open it up. Select the file which I'm going to use. Press on open. As this has been opened, I'm going to use the selection tool again. Select all of them which I'm going to need. You can see this has been selected. 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 I'm going to go over here. Select this part 2. Now I'm going to do is remove them according to my desire. I'm going to use this like red part which I don't need. Press on zoom. I'm going to select on these areas too, which I don't need. What I'm going to do is like reduce the size a bit more. You can see these parts have been selected too, which I'm going to remove later on. You can see these parts are now like deselected. I'm going to go left and select these areas because I'm not going to be needing any of these. I'm going to like observe each and every part of the photo so that I can remove the parts which I don't need. You can see all of them have been selected. And also the parts which I don't need. I'm going to plus like select on this plus one and select this part too, which is because I'm going to need it. See, this has been selected too. Now I'm going to remove these areas too. You can see this part has been selected or removed too. What I'm going to do is remove these areas for the last thumb, like the last part. You can see these has been selected. Also, these parts have been selected. What I'm going to do is click on this, and you can see these parts have been selected and also removed. What I'm going to do is click on this move tool and take it directly over to the layer so that I can paste it. You can see this has been like selected or pasted over here. Press on Control T, resize it, keep it over here, or keep it wherever you want. And you can also add in layers too, and also apply effects. That's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. So I'm going to do is select on this tool, keep it like this, or maybe some a bit like below. That's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. Let's say I'm going to keep it like this over here. I'm going to go over here, go over and go to blending option. I'm going to do is apply strokes so that those are like a bit visible. Click on strokes. You can see it looks a lot more better. Okay. You can select the color too. This color. Okay. And you are good to go about having a t-shirt design or anime t-shirt design. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is going to be opening up the layer, which I'm going to use as a mockup. So I'm going to like remove all of them because I don't need them anymore. And I'm going to show you another one too. So I'm going to remove these first and open up the layer. Let's say I'm going to use a black t-shirt. Okay, I'm going to go over file, click on open. I'm going to open up the white t-shirt. Okay. I'm going to go a bit above. You can see white t-shirt. It is going to be black. I'm going to click on this, move it all together. First off, I'm going to do is obviously convert it into a smart object. I'm going to press on edit and you have to redo the stroke. I'm going to do is convert it into a smart object first. Right click on it, convert to smart object. As these have been selected, I'm going to move it directly over to the t-shirt, and you can see it has been selected or also pasted. What I'm going to do is reduce the size, keep it somewhere around here. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to keep it like this. And if you want to add in more layers or add in more effects, you can do that too. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to do is go into blending option. And I'm going to fix it a bit more. I'm going to do is first off, increase this or decrease it according to your desire. You can see the white parts are not that visible. I'm going to select on these areas and keep it like this. I'm going to do is select on these areas. Select the white parts to be something like this. You can see the white parts are now removed. You can use it like this. That's like totally up to you if you want to use it. Okay, you can see the white part has been removed. But if you do want the white part, what you're going to do is going to be increasing it. That's like totally up to you. What I'm going to do is keep it something like this so that it is not visible and also looks a lot more better than how it actually looks like. You can see it looks a lot more better. After you're done, just press on OK. And you can also apply blending options too. You can apply, darken it. That's like totally up to you. You can see how it actually looks like. Linear dodge. And you can see the color has changed. Okay, you can also keep it color dodge. You can also keep it normal. If you keep it to be color dodge or linear dodge, you can see it is being more like, let's say, a bit more subtle and looks a lot more professional. But if you don't want it, you can like skip it too. But I'm going to keep it on linear dodge because it looks a lot more better. And after you're done, just press on OK and you will get your t-shirt design. And if you want to save it, you can save it too and use it for various purposes. That's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. Now I'm going to show you another design as I'm done with this. Okay, I'm going to go over here, remove all of them or make another one. So I'm going to go over to files. Okay, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do is make a new file. Let's say I'm going to start off with this one again. But I can remove that one too. But as I want to keep that, so I'm going to go over there and save it for a later purpose. I'm going to do is save, and that part is saved. So I'm going to click on desktop and I'm going to keep it to be first t-shirt design. You can see that it is saved. Now I'm going to save it. Okay. I'm going to do is remove them so that I can use it for a later purpose. What I'm going to do is open up a new file, click on new. I'm going to click on this, press on create. And I'm going to use this. Okay. First I'm going to do is click on file, click on open as I need the designs first. I'm going to click on PS where I have my photos or the designs. I'm going to use, let's say I'm going to use this one this time. Click on open and that part will be open. I'm going to do is convert it into a normal layer first. I'm going to do is take it over there. But I'm going to do is obviously use the effect or use the layer. Okay. And I'm going to do is keep it like this as this does not have any backgrounds that need to be removed. But if you want to do that, you can also select it individually and then keep the ones which you want and remove the ones which you don't feel like you need it. But I'm going to use all of them together. So I'm going to keep it like this. And I'm going to do is going to be adding in more content. Let's say I'm going to go over to open. Now I'm going to add in another photo. Let's say I'm going to go down or where I have it. So I'm going to go over to downloads and see where I have it. Desktop and find out the photo. Let's say I'm going to use this one this time. You can see this part is over here. I'm going to select the one which I actually need. So I'm going to go over to this quick selection tool and select the parts which I need. So this part is what I need. I'm going to select these areas too. You can see how it actually looks like. I'm going to select all of them together, but if you don't like, I'm like removing it. But if you want to like apply it, you can also apply it. I'm going to undo all of the process, and then I'm going to do is like select all of them, which I'm going to need. Okay, this part, do select this part, these areas, go over here, go over here, over these, and also these. You will see that all of the parts will be selected, and then you will be able to copy it and take it to wherever you want. You can see all of them are now selected. I'm going to select these areas too, which I'm going to use. You can see how it actually looks like. Increase the size or the brush if you want to. That's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. I'm going to increase the size a bit more. Okay, I'm going to select on this brush tool and increase the size so that I can select all of the parts in the photo and then use it for various purpose. I can see I'm increasing the brush size. I'm going to use all of them together, all of the layers or all of the, let's say the borders and all of those. You can see all of them has been selected. Now I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm going to do is add in a clipping mask. But if you want to use the red part too, that's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. But I'm going to use this part only so you can see this part has been selected. I'm going to use this brush tool. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to select the black area, which I don't need. See, these parts have been selected. I'm going to click on another layer, and you can see another layer has been made. But if it doesn't work, what you're going to do is select the parts again, all of them together. All of the parts are, what I'm going to do is delete these. What I'm going to do is click on this minus tool and select these areas. You can see these parts have been removed. Now I'm going to do is add in this masking option, and you can see this has been, done. I'm going to click on this tool and take it over to that layer where I'm going to apply it. You can see this is how it will look like. Press on Control T. What I'm going to do is reduce the size and keep it around here. You can see how it actually looks like. But if you want to use the sun, so I'm going to do is click on this, and I'm going to use the sun, which I'm going to use over here. I'm going to go over here and find other tools. I'm going to press on Control Z. I'm going to select these areas too, which I'm going to use. Press on this. I'm going to select all of them together. You can see all of them has been selected. Now I'm going to make the clipping mask again. I'm going to select them, Control T. You can see this part has been removed. I'm going to press on Control Z again. Select this area too. Press on clipping mask or create the mask. If you feel like you are making some mistakes, select on the areas which you need again and remove it according to your desire too. And then you'll get a perfect design. I'm going to press on this area which is also removed. I'm going to zoom in and also select this area which I need, Control Z. I'm going to select the size to be a lot smaller. See, this part has been selected. I'm going to zoom in a bit more. I'm going to reduce the size a bit more. You can see how it actually works. If you feel like you're making a mistake, you can also remove it. Okay, I'm going to remove it right now. And click on it and remove it. You can see these parts have been removed. I'm going to press on Control Z or remove it if you want to. I'm going to keep click on this tool. I can see how it actually looks like. I'm going to do is select these areas too. I'm going to click on add. You'll be able to add those two now. You can see this has been done. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to be done with it. I'm going to press on this. You can see this has been edited. I'm going to click on this move tool. I'm going to take it over there so that I can use it. You can see I'm going to remove this. Press on delete. Take this over here. Press on Control T. I'm going to do is keep it like this. And keep it around here. You can see how it actually looks like. Now as I'm done, I'm going to click on this option as I'm done with it. I can see it kind of looks quite good. Now I'm going to do is obviously add in more effects if you want to. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to go over the blending option. Now I'm going to do is going to be changing in the opacity. So I'm going to keep it like this. I'm going to do is fill the opacity like this or keep it full. Keep it like this too if you want to. You can also keep it like this so that it looks a lot more better. And you can see the layer is now like this. Can keep it like this too. What I'm gonna do is keep the layer to be black. Keep it a bit like this. Underlying layer to be something like this. And now as I'm done, I'm gonna press on OK, and I can see the result is a lot more better. But you can also keep the full photo if you want to. But if you don't, just remove it, and then you'll get your perfect result. So now what I'm gonna do is going to be adding in more effects. That's like totally up to you if you want to. But if you don't want to, you can also not do it. So I'm gonna do is add in a couple of text. So if I do that, then I will be able to add in a couple of more layers. You can see the background is like this, okay? And that is the only photo. So first I'm gonna do is select on these layers. I'm gonna click on rectangle or make a rectangle shape first, and then I will like make more effects. I'm gonna click on this rectangle tool, click on this layer option. What I'll do is make a rectangle shape like this. You can see this has been made. What I'm gonna do is click on this move tool, take it here. What I'm gonna do is right click on it and then apply it. Okay, to fill, click on layers, click it down over here. What I'm gonna do is right click on them, click on this option, Control T, right click on it, and then you will be able to create clipping mask. You can see the mask has been clipped and all of them has turned into this rectangle shape. What I'm going to do is go over to rectangle again. You will be able to do that later on too. Now you can select this area. What I'm going to do is resize it. I'm going to keep it like this. Okay. Reduce it a bit more. Keep it around here, which is perfectly aligned. You're going to get your perfect result. After you're done, just press on this and you will get it done. And this is how it will look like. Now I will convert it into a smart art object. Right click on it, select all of them together, right click on it and convert to smart object. And you can see all of them are now movable. Now I'm going to do is going to be add in more effect if I want to. So I'm going to do is add in a couple of Japanese text so that it looks a lot more anime-ish. Okay. So I'm going to select the text, go over to file. Let's say I'm going to go open it up. Now I'm going to do is select on the ones which I need. Let's say I'm going to select on the text first. You can select this one too. That's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. I'm going to press on open and open up another one. I'm going to click on this file, open up another one, which is going to be the text, just the text. So I'm going to go down. You can see this is it. Click on this and you will see it will appear up. I'm going to select the areas too. Select on this. Now you'll be able to select the areas which you want to use. First I'm going to do is convert it into a smart object or like a normal layer. And you can see how it looks like. I'm going to select the areas. And do is increase the size. You can see it is selected. See, all of them are now selected. Okay. Now I'm going to do is select on these areas too. You can see it is taking a bit of a time, but it will select all of the content which you want to use. You can select these areas too. Quick selection. Okay, this is going to take a bit of a time. I'm going to select the last one, which is going to be over here. But you can also like apply different like alphabets at different times too. Okay. Now first I'm going to do is remove the areas, which is going to be this area and this area. Okay, which I don't need. I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to do is make a clipping mask, and you can see the text has been, derived. I'm going to do is click on the move tool and take it directly on the first layer. I'm going to paste it over here. See, this is like a lot bigger. I'm going to press on this and I'm going to do is resize it so that I can use it for various purposes. Control T. I'm going to keep it over here. I'm going to zoom in. Now you can see this has been applied. Okay. First, what I'm going to do is keep it over here, but I'm going to do is turn this into normal layers first. First, I'm going to do is normal layer. I'm going to go over here, convert to layers. You can see these layers have been made. I'm going to extend it. I'm going to do is make some like, let's say some effects or maybe some strokes. First, I'm going to go over here and apply some strokes. I'm going to go over to stroke, which is going to be over here. I'm going to do is click on the tool of color. You can select the tool of color, go over to stroke. Click on this and you'll be able to select whichever color you want to use. You can see these strokes have been added. Press on OK. OK. I can see how it actually looks like. You can keep it like this. What I'm going to do is take it all the way below over here, but a bit above. You know, let's say the rectangle should be a bit above. Let's say I'm going to keep it over here. You can see it will look like this, but I'm going to keep it like this. Press on Ctrl Z and keep it to be according to what I need. So I'm going to keep it around over here and see how it will look like. But if it doesn't look like that, what you have to do is keep it however it was. What I'm going to do is decrease the size of this layer, which is going to be just the text. What I'm going to do is rotate it a bit more. You can see how it looks like. Okay, we're done. Just click on this option. And I'm going to add in another content, which is going to be the last one. I'm going to go over here, select this area too. Click on this plus. I'm going to select all of these areas all together. You will get your perfect result. Just select on the plus areas. And you will see that all of the content or all of the sections will now be selected. I'm going to increase the brush size a bit more so that when I drag it over them, it will detect all of the areas and also select it according to your desire. Even though this is like all selected, you can also keep selecting areas which you want. I'm going to select this area too if you want the white one, but if you don't want it, just press on Ctrl Z and select the areas. I'm going to press on this clipping mask again. I'm going to take or use the move tool and take it over to the layer where I'm going to place it. You can see this is a lot bigger too. Press on Ctrl T and I'm going to do is resize it and keep it somewhere around in the middle or at the side. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and keep it over here or maybe over here. That's like totally up to you how you're going to work with it. I can keep it on the side too. Let's say this is like a trademark. I can see this has been applied. I'm going to keep it around here and press on OK. I can see the t-shirt design has been made, and I'm going to do is click on each and every one and convert it into a smart object. Right click on it, convert to smart object. Now all of them are selected. I'm going to take it over to the t-shirt, which I'm going to apply. I'm going to cut all of them because I don't need it anymore. Cut on them, no. Click on no on each every one. I'm going to do is cut this one too, as I don't need it anymore. I'm going to open up the t-shirt, click on open. I'm going to open up, let's say I'm going to use both the white and the black one. You can see both of them are over here. Press on open. You will see all, like both of them will be selected, right? Like this. I'm going to do is go over the layer. I'm going to remove this or keep it underneath and then apply another layer of this. Click on this. Let's go over here, paste it. And you can see this is pasted. I'm going to zoom out, Control T. And I'm going to do is resize it and paste it wherever I need it. Press on zoom. I'm going to do is blend it, okay, which is the last step. I'm going to do is right click on it. I'm going to go over to the blend tool, blending option. What I'm going to do is fix out the, remove the white parts of this layer. You can see this will look like this, okay. You can see how it actually looks like. And after you're done, just remove it according to your desire. You can see the perfect result after you're done with it. Okay, this is how it will look like. And if you want to apply more, you can apply the underlying layer and also the white ones, if totally up to you how you're going to work with it. Okay, now I'm going to press on OK, and you can see the design has been made or applied. Now what you can do is obviously select both of them together and convert it into a smart object. You can see it looks a lot more different. But if you see a couple of mistakes, press on Ctrl Z, press on Ctrl Z again, I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to go over to blending option and fix out the white parts a bit more because it's a bit visible. I'm going to click on this option and decrease it a bit more, press on OK. Then I'm going to convert it into a smart object. Right click on it, each and every one, convert to smart object. You can see both of them has turned into a smart object. But if it's not, click on them again and convert it into a smart object. You can see that this has turned into one layer. I'm going to do the same thing with the black t-shirt. I'm going to paste it over here. What I'm going to do is keep it above the t-shirt. You can see how it will look like. Control T. I'm going to resize it. Paste it over here. You can see how it actually looks like. And after you're done, as we don't need to blend on this black one, but you can multiply it and add in more effects. Let's say I'm going to go over to blending option. I'm going to go do is, let's say I'm going to fix out the blending. Let's say I'm going to use color and all of those. You can overlay it. That's like totally up to you. Let's say I'm going to keep it like this, and I'm going to keep it over here so that I can see it. And I'm going to see how it actually looks like on each and every one. Okay, you can see this is looking a bit better. Then keep it soft light. That's like totally up to you. You can also keep it lighter color so it looks a lot more vivid, but I'm going to keep it on overlay or maybe somewhere around here. Okay, now you can see how it looks like, and both of the t-shirts are done. So hope you understood everything about this lesson on how you'll be able to make an anime t-shirt design. And if you want to see the other ones too, you can like take it down and click the other layer to be above, okay, which is not this one. I'm going to use layer 1. Okay, layer 1 to be above. You can see both of the t-shirt designs are made. So hope you understood everything about this lesson on how you will be able to make anime t-shirt design and also use it for various purpose and eventually your career. So I hope that like if you didn't understand a part, please let us know and we will guide you through the process. And if you feel like there is a couple of mistakes which you are doing and you are not being able or you are not able to do the same steps or something is missing, make sure to use the newest version of Adobe Photoshop so that you can use all of the tools which I use and all of the steps which I did. Okay, so thank you for staying with us until the end of this video.